everyone. Oh man, I look terrible. Anyway, this is No One Cares. This is Drag Race Holland, Holland's Drag Race, Drag Race Holland, Season 1, Episode 3, Drama Queens. So we pick up right where the last episode left off, which is Abby and Jenny still fighting. They're going to play some games. They're going to do, it's not King's Day, it's Queen's Day. So much of this episode went right over my head because I don't know the references. So they're like, oh, it's decorated not for King's Day, but Queen's Day. And we're going to play all these games. And I'm guessing that they play games on King's Day, and that's the whole joke. And so they played all these games, and the winners were Cedar Jean and Madame Madness. They get to pick their own teams. So they're going to do, it's sort of like, it was funny because they said Golden Girls, Desperate Housewives, and there was one other one. I thought Golden Girls, maybe I misheard, is not a drama. Anyway, but I guess they're doing their own version of Holland's version of Desperate Housewives. It's like an acting challenge, but it's not really a drama challenge. It's like most of the acting challenges, which is their hugely kind of telenovela, over the top, whoa, sort of acting. They get to pick their own teams. Madame Madness picks Jenny, Miss Abby, oh my god, and Megan. Cedar Jean does Envy Peru, Mama Queen, and Chelsea Boy. And then the theme, and so we see them both act. I thought they both were pretty good. I thought Cedar Jean's, it's so hard to tell because so much of these jokes, I'm realizing it's really hard for me to tell if a joke's landing when it's in a foreign language. Who would have guessed? But it didn't look like anyone was terrible. There were people who were much lower energy, and we'll get to them. And but no one was forgetting their lines, at least, which is a big, and you saw people like having to be cued over and over and over again to make it bigger. It's the typical thing where I think they're doing it bigger and the person's like, well, they don't take direction very well. And I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know how to act. Might be very true. But no one was forgetting their lines. It seemed really good. The theme of the runway is Miss Holland. And this is another thing which maybe make more sense if I lived in Holland and I knew this. So there's like, at first I thought they were all doing like themes. Like if you were to do Queen of the Butter the Butter Brigade and Queen of the Hayfield and something where it was themed. It's the nearest I can get to what kind of was happening here, was that these were themed Miss somethings. So we had Mama Queen, who came out kind of as like a Miss Marijuana. Envy, who did a little Miss Sunshine, was very beautiful. Janny, who did Waterworks, didn't make any sense to me. It was like plastic and it wasn't shaped and all that. Abby, oh my god, which was Miss Bouquet. Chelsea Boy did like a Miss Weather, and it was, I'll break down the looks when we get to it. Megan was like the tulips. Cedar Jean was hay. And Madame Madness was the Dutch cowgirl. There you go. So anyway, we end up with, we do this time see the final cut, which wasn't that different than we saw earlier. Cedar Jean's team seemed just a little bit stronger. I've noticed Mama Queen so far, but in this acting challenge, my eyes went to her a lot. She reminded me a lot of Lucille Ball. Lucy and like an I Love Lucy. It's probably because she had the wig that made her look like it. But it was really interesting to watch. So that is all of a sudden someone I'm going to add to my list of like people that I'm really watching. Janny and Envy Peru end up with Safe. And so that puts Mama Queen, who did the marijuana look. And they didn't pick a winning team from the two, but they did bring it up during the judging quite a bit more. So Mama Queen, they really liked the outfit, the marijuana themed outfit. They thought it was very classy, and then they really enjoyed her performance, so she was on top. Chelsea Boy had this windblown look, so it genuinely looked like there was a strong wind across stage. She had this very flowy dress that was like kind of swung out to the side like it was blowing. But it really did, I mean, I've seen stuff like that that looks like it and it doesn't stay right and doesn't move right. But it really genuinely looked like there was a strong wind blowing. The wig had a couple of tendrils of hair coming across this way. Even the eye makeup was slightly pulled off in the corners. it was a really, really good look. She had an umbrella, she acted, she was constantly being pulled, you know, so the dress swooped off this way, the umbrella, the whole look. I fell in love with it. And so did they. They also enjoyed her acting challenge, and then Cedar I guess they were all on the same team, but they didn't specifically, let's see, Cedar Mama Queen, and Chelsea Boy. Yeah, they were all on the same team. So they didn't specifically say that this team won, but they clearly pulled the top 3 from that group that they felt were the top 3 that also had the outfits. So they don't, it was a little different. At least they mentioned the challenge this time. Had the hay, said that the look was kind of typical comedy queen, and I kind of thought they were going to say she's in the bottom, but then they were like, you know, but you've shown us 3 really distinct looks, so the fact that this is your comedy queen look, it's different than if it was just like the 3rd week of a comedy queen. This has been, you know, Club Kid. I don't remember what her look was first week. I think it was really pretty. Let's see my notes. I'm looking. Man, I have a lot of notes. Anyway, I can't find it. I can't find it. Man, I am really, it's really, really bright. Anyway, so they were in the 3. Mama Queen wins. Totally happy with that win. For me, I would have been also happy with the Chelsea Boy win. I was really like, oh, I don't know whose outfit I liked better. I was actually really happy to see Mama Queen. Mama Queen for me is someone who has come in and I saw them, I recognize them, totally clear who they are. But I really wasn't like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do this week until this week, and the kind of catching traction. Perfect way to do a drag race season. Okay, so our bottom was Abby, oh my god, had this sort of like a little white chiffon, sort of like, almost like a coat dress, but the whole top was flowers, but the bottom was just sort of like white chiffon. They had a problem with that. Megan had tulips and then had windmills on the boob. And they just didn't feel that it kind of was pulled off. And then Madame Madness was in the bottom and had a cow look. For me, it was the only look that didn't scream like a themed, like she was painted as a cow. For me, and there seemed to be that the queens felt that she should be in the bottom. And I think some of that comes back to the fact that she was still building up her outfit. When she was there, they loved the jacket. They're like, oh, is that a Terry Mugler? And it's like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know. It seemed that they were more enchanted with her than the queens were, or that I was. I don't think it was terrible, mind you. I thought all 3 were kind of deservedly in the bottom. But Madame Madness is safe. Megan and Abby lip synced, and then Megan went home. This was Megan's second time lip syncing. Abby, I believe, second time in the bottom, but hadn't lip synced before. Right now, I have no complaints with the judging. It just kind of went along. I think everyone is really, really strong. This is a really strong season. The people who've been in the bottom seem like it's likely that they'll probably go, but I don't see anyone that's like, oh, get them off my screen or anything like that. I'm not having that experience. So anyway, if you want me to keep recapping, I'm not getting a ton of views or comments. Just let me know that you watched the video, that if you've had your favorite picked out, how do you feel about the winner? Do you think that someone else should have lip synced? Do you think someone else should have gone home? Otherwise, I will see you next week. Bye.